And welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Tyrant, and in today's episode we're going to be making a custom katana Tsuba. Now if you don't know what a Tsuba is, it's basically just the disc guard that you see on katanas. Now the reason why I wanted to do this project is very simple. A lot of the mass manufactured like consumer grade Tsubas I'm not really a fan of. Usually the designs are a little bit, not to my liking. They're usually a cast metal, like a cast iron or brass or something like that. And I wanted to do something a little bit more special, right? So this here is a flame Tsuba from the Demonslayer anime. I like the design of it. I might change the design up a little bit, but I like the flame idea, right? This one here is made of aluminum. But the biggest gripe that I have with it, first off, it's a little small. Second is the orientation of the blade. If you actually look at it, you see that where the blade, the edge of the blade is facing. When you pull the blade out, it means that the flame is pointing downwards, which I'm not a fan of. I want to orientate it the other way, so when the blade is drawn, the flame points up. At least that's the goal, right? I'm going to be making mine out of brass, so that's basically the idea. I want to make my own custom katana Tsuba. But then I purchased a large piece of brass plating. It's about 100 by 100 millimeters, and it's about 10 millimeters thick. That's a little bit too thick, but I'll get to that in a minute. So after I've marked out my template on the brass, I will throw it onto my mill. I'm going to machine out a brass channel on the inside of the Tsuba. This is not only to reduce weight, but it also adds a depth and texture to the Tsuba itself. Then after I've done that, I will use the angle grinder and just start cutting away all the material I can. Use the angle grinder to rough in as much as humanly possible. Now I know these cuts are rather quick, but this takes a long time. This took a long time to do all of these things. My entire workshop was covered in brass powder. It is not good. This took forever, but I know in the build it looks like it's very easy and quick. It was not. This was a pain. But I will then throw it onto the belt sander, just clean up some of those lines, try and refine the shape down just a little bit more, because usually when you cut it out, you're going to cut it a little bit thicker than you need so that you can sand it back. Then honestly, after this, it was just a lot of refining the shape with the Dremel tool, with the belt sander, and even with the angle grinder again. Just going back and forth between all three, trying to get my grind lines nice and even, trying to get the shape more refined so that it looked better. There was a big issue that I ran into, and that was when I finished up the Tsuba. I got it very close to finish. It was too heavy. It was way too heavy. It was like 180, 200 grams. I needed it to be like half of that. So I ended up off camera just quickly cutting it down, doing on the back side of it, so not the front side, just using the angle grinder and grinding off a whole bunch of material, and I got it down to a much more reasonable weight. But yeah, once that's done, I can then finally fit it to my katana blade. Then I'm going to use this real katana wrap. It has real ray skin. It is the beautiful colors. I chose them. However, as you can see on the end is actually broken off. The reason why is because in the course of testing the katana, the end usually is what gives first. I did purchase a brand new Fuchi and Kashira. They are not original parts. I purchased them. They have a very nice cloud and lightning design, something that I really like. This doesn't really, it kind of can pair with the flame. This is my perfect katana, and these are designs that I really, really love. I love the cloud design. I love the lightning design, pairing that with the flame Tsuba. I love this. This looks awesome to me. So that's what I'm going to use on the handle. Now, because the cord wrap is actually what's broken, putting that end piece on, I'm just going to use a bunch of epoxy and give it some light taps to make sure that it stays on this time. Then I'm going to fit all the pieces together, and everything is nice and tight. The one caveat to this project is that I think I'm going to get a new habaki, simply because the one that I used was a little bit long. I sanded it down. I'm not entirely happy with the proportions and how it looks, so I'm probably going to get a new habaki with probably a similar design, or maybe something a little bit better, honestly. But for now, this is pretty much done. I'm very happy with how this turned out. I think it looks incredible. The Tsuba turned out fantastic. I'm very happy that I did this. Now, obviously, in terms of build costs and materials, it only cost about $30 for that brass plate, but this took like a full day of work to get done. It took a long time to get this one where I wanted it. So the katana Tsuba is ready. The wrap, the handle, everything is complete, and I am going to be honest, this is now my most favorite katana in the whole wide world. This thing is It is gorgeous. It is the perfect katana. I'm actually really happy with how it came out. I'm really happy with how the Tsuba turned out. It looks incredible. On top of that, when you pull it out, the flame is now facing upwards, which was what I really wanted. That was the most important part. So let's do a little bit of cutting, because why not? We're here and I want to cut with it. This new bloody stand is a little bit of a bitch. Oh, that is so nice. I know we're testing more of the blade here, but I'm just doing a little bit of cutting. I'm happy. Let's do another one. I'm not going to resheath it because I have water on it. That's nice, man. Oh, that is so good. I think that's all for today's episode. Just very quickly, a little bit of cutting just for fun. I am in love with how this thing turned out. This Tsuba turned out way better than I thought. I was originally going to get it CNC'd, but it was going to cost like $150 US. And I'm like, I can just make my own. And I'm really happy I did, because one feature that I didn't mention before that I really like is on the underside, it's actually flat and smooth. And the reason why is because I find that on a lot of consumer grade Tsubas, they have a lot of texturing and crap going on underneath, and there have been times where a little bit of the top of my knuckle might have scraped here and there. So this one being nice and smooth feels incredible in the hand. So I'm very happy with that. But that's going to be all for today's episode. I genuinely hope you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video when I come out with one. I know I don't upload on this channel as much as I should. I'm busy with the main channel. Check out the main channel if you haven't already. That's going to be all. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.